Oogie Boogie Bash is back, and it proved again that it is the event you want to attend if you're interested in meeting your favorite rare characters. So, let's take a look at this year's Oogie Boogie Bash rarest characters. Let's begin with the rarest of them all. Agatha Harkness. The world fell in love with WandaVision when the series came out back in January of this year. This series was an amazing way for the MCU to step into the small screen. It has it all. Cool homages to TV history, mystery, known characters that we love, and also new characters that we all became obsessed with. We're of course talking about Agatha Harkness. Agatha, from being responsible for the masterpiece that is Agatha all along. Agatha is also a very fun and interesting character that even though is being presented as a type of villain in the series, you just can't bring yourself to hate her. Because the series just came out and Agatha is new to the MCU. She had never appeared before at any Disney park. But back in March of this year, Agatha's director chair appeared at the WandaVision photo op in California Adventure. Perhaps this was the first hint that let us know Agatha was going to be meeting guests soon. Then, just before the first Oogie Boogie Bash date, Disney released this video, teasing some of the characters that we would find during the event. Agatha can be found in the ancient sanctum at Avengers Campus, where she had her own immersive treat trail. She talks to guests for a bit while her song plays over and over in the background. This is a character that you can't miss, and we hope that we'll get to see her again after Oogie Boogie Bash ends. Sid Phillips. If you think about it, Sid Phillips is not a true villain. He didn't know the toys were alive and he liked to do his little experiments. And we can probably accept that, except for the destroying and blowing up of the toys and stealing his sister's toys, of course. He even vowed never to hurt a toy again, but only after the toys gave him, well, quite a scare. It is pretty surprising that Sid had never appeared before at Disney parks, but he did appear for some time aboard the Disney cruise ship Disney Wonder from 2008 till 2016. In the Toy Story musical show, where he had his own song, Make a Little Noise. But that's the only live-action appearance of Sid until now. There was also a hint of his appearance on this video back in August, where Disney let us know that he would be meeting guests during Oogie Boogie Bash. Sid also has his own immersive treat trail located at Pixar Pier. He sets up his Sid show on the Pixar Pier stage, and is probably one of the most fun character interactions of the night. Cruella. One of the biggest cinematic surprises of 2021 was Cruella. Not a lot of people were very excited to watch this movie, and honestly, it was a huge surprise. Audiences gave Cruella a near perfect rating. The cast, the music, the costumes, everything was amazing. Cruella was so great that Disney has already greenlit the sequel, and we can't wait until it's here. So when Disney released a teaser and people saw that Cruella would be appearing during the event, everyone was so excited. Cruella can be found in the Hollywoodland area on stage, in probably the coolest and most impressive treat trail of all. As you know, the main part of this awesome movie is fashion and design, so it is not surprising at all that Cruella is surrounded by many of the designs across the stage. Some are in progress, and some are finished and pretty cool, to be honest. Not only that, but the lighting and background, and of course Cruella herself, make the experience, the interaction, and the setting amazing. Oogie Boogie, the star of the show. Of course, Oogie would have an exclusive treat trail again this year. For a long time, Oogie had no presence in the parks, but in recent years, Disney has started giving him an important role, especially during Halloween time. The first time he appeared was in 2013's Unleash the Villains event at Disney World, where guests could meet the meanest guy around for the first time ever. Then in 2014's Villains Unleashed event, Oogie had his own show called the Oogie Boogie Freaky Funhouse Show that featured sword swallowing, crossbow tricks, and an acrobatic fire routine. He came back again in 2015 in the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular and in the Boo to You Parade. In 2016, Oogie met guests in Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort in Walt Disney World, and also had a meet and greet in the Villains Night Out event at Hong Kong Disneyland. He also appeared at the 2018 DVC Moonlight event at Magic Kingdom. And of course, in 2019, he came back for the first Oogie Boogie Bash, where he took over the animation building, hosting his own treat trail. This year, you can also find him in the same spot as 2019. Mad Hatter. The Mad Hatter is not a rare character at all. He appears all the time around Disneyland. But that can't be said of his live-action counterpart, Terrence Hightop, who appeared in the Tim Burton-directed Alice in Wonderland live-action movie. This character is pretty different from the classic Disney one, so he fits perfectly during Halloween time at the Disney parks. He has only appeared twice before, And surprisingly, one of those times, the one and only Johnny Depp was playing him. In 2016, in order to promote Alice Through the Looking Glass, Disney installed what appeared to be digitized mirrors of Depp's face. Guests watched in amazement as he live-streamed on the billboards in character, both speaking and waving to gathering onlookers in real time from a nearby studio space. The same year at Hong Kong Disneyland, the Nightmare Experiment Maze opened during Halloween time. Here, the Mad Hatter appeared in a padded cell, where he put on a show where he seemingly decapitated an unsuspecting guest. He appeared in 2019's Oogie Boogie Bash with his own immersive treat trail at the Hyperion Theater Courtyard, and he's back again this year. Not decapitating guests, thankfully. As for the other immersive treat trails, we can find Dr. Facilier, Maleficent, and the Evil Queen, but they are not so rare, so we won't be covering them. Next, we move on to the Disney Duos area in front of Carthay Circle. Let's see what rare characters we can find here. Hades and Meg. One of Hades' first appearances was during the Hercules Victory Parade in Disneyland in 1997, and then in the Hero to Zero Parade at Walt Disney World. At Disneyland, he appeared in the Hades House of Horrors float, along with Pain and Panic. Disney World's float was the same, just a bit less sophisticated. He made some appearances at Disney parades and then became a Halloween-time exclusive character. He has appeared in several Halloween parades and shows like the Hocus Pocus Spelltacular and the Harbor Show The Villain's World in Tokyo Disney Sea. In Hong Kong, Hades was added to the 2017 edition of the Nightmare Experiment attraction, where guests could visit his underworld during the latter half of the tour. But he is very hard to find as a character meet and greet, until now, because he has been seen coming out from the underworld and into Oogie Boogie Bash every night. And not only that, but Meg appears along with him. Meg is such a rare character to find nowadays. She has appeared previously in events like the DVC Moonlight Magic, Disneyland Paris's 20th year celebrations, and during Fantasmic. But she hasn't been a meetable character for a long time. Well, you can meet them both at Oogie Boogie Bash. Pain and Panic. Pain and Panic are some of the funniest villain sidekicks in Disney history. Sadly, they haven't been around a lot at Disney parks. They have appeared at parades like the Boo to You parade at Walt Disney World, and the DVC Moonlight event along with Meg. They also have appeared at the Halloween celebrations at Disneyland Paris several times, where they have met guests accompanied by none other than Phil. They also have been seen in Tokyo and Hong Kong in many events and shows, and even on the Disney Cruise Lines where they played a large role in the Villains Tonight Show looking like this. Still, they are very sought after by fans, but they never seem to greet guests anymore. But we're happy to say that Hades brought them with him when he decided to come back to Oogie Boogie Bash. Hopefully they can be seen more often from now on. In this area, we can also see Lady Tremaine with Cinderella and Anastasia and Drizella, who are always so fun to see and meet. Next, we arrive at the Sinister Step and Repeat area by the Grizzly River Run, where we find so many rare Disney villains like these. Frollo. Frollo is one of the creepiest Disney villains, and maybe that's the reason why we have been seeing him less and less each year at the parks. He used to come out at Halloween at the Magic Kingdom's parties more regularly, and even those days seem to be a lot less often now. He also has appeared at numerous parades, like the Frightfully Fun Parade, and at Halloween celebrations at Disney parks around the world, like Paris, Tokyo, and Hong Kong. He has been seen at multiple shows, like Tokyo Disneyland's One Man's Dream 2, The Magic Lives On, or Disneyland Paris's It's Good to Be Bad with the Disney villains. As for meet and greets, Frollo only makes rare appearances at Halloween in Tokyo and Central Plaza. But now guests have the opportunity of meeting this creepy villain at Oogie Boogie Bash. Prince John and the Sheriff of Nottingham. Prince John and his cruel tax collector Sheriff of Nottingham make regular appearances at the World Bazaar in Tokyo Disneyland. But at the US parks, they're pretty rare. They sometimes appear during Halloween time at Disneyland, Walt Disney World, and Disneyland Paris, but they have become rarer with each passing year. In 2013, they took part in Long Lost Friends Week at Magic Kingdom. That same year, they were featured alongside other Disney villains in Unleash the Villains and returned for the event the following year. They have also been meeting guests at other special events, like the 2017 Winter AP Days at Disneyland, or the Disneyland Paris Annual Pass Holder Party, where 100 characters were featured. They appeared at Oogie Boogie Bash back in 2019, and looks like they enjoyed it because they're back this year. Governor Ratcliffe and Percy. While Ratcliffe is one of the most unlikable villains of all, we can probably all agree that Percy is pretty cool. At the parks, Ratcliffe plays a notable part in Disney's Hollywood Studios version of Fantasmic. Ratcliffe and his men claim the mountain as King James Land and battle the Native Americans, whom he still believes are savages. He has also been a part of Halloween celebrations like the Unleash the Villains event at Disney's Hollywood Studios. And you may see him around Disney's Animal Kingdom, but his appearances are sporadic at best. He has also been a part of parades like the Frightfully Fun Parade and events like the On the Wild Side event at Walt Disney World. But while he has appeared often like this, we had almost never seen him appear with Percy. The first time they both appeared at the parks was at the Disney Villains Halloween celebration at Disneyland Paris. And now, Percy is gracing us with his presence at Oogie Boogie Bash. Oh, and Ratcliffe is there too. In this area, we can also find Jafar, Hook, and Mr. Smee, but they're not as rare as the rest, and make usual appearances at the Disney parks during Halloween time. The next area is Disney Animated Friends area in Pacific Wharf, where we can find Robin Hood and Little John. Since the film came out back in 1973, Robin Hood and Little John, along with the rest of the characters from the movies, appeared at Disneyland and Disney World as walk-around characters, and at many parades. But sadly, just like with many other characters from this list, they slowly started disappearing from the parks. It is very rare to find them walking around the parks nowadays. Robin Hood has been seen walking around in the Mickey and Friends Bandtastic Cavalcade at Disneyland recently, and has also appeared in many events, like the Moonlight Magic events, AP Days, special holiday events, and many more at Walt Disney World, Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris. But he does appear regularly at Tokyo Disneyland and the World Bazaar. Little John is almost impossible to find. He has made very rare appearances at special events at Disney World, like the DVC Moonlight Magic events, or Mickey and Minnie's Surprise Celebration, but you have to be very lucky to be able to see him. There are also many rare characters at the Frightfully Fun Parade. This year, Constance the Bride was added to the parade, for example. But one of the most exciting and interesting characters we can see at this parade is the Headless Horseman and Ichabod Crane. The Legend of Sleepy Hollow is the perfect movie to watch to get into the Halloween spirit. So it is awesome that Disney brought the Headless Horseman to life at the Disney parks. He first came to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, leading the Boo to You parade. The Headless Horseman rides down the parade route ahead of the rest of the show. At Hong Kong Disneyland, the Headless Horseman was the host of the 2011 Halloween festivities. He leads the Halloween parade and starred in a new haunted maze in Adventureland, The Revenge of the Headless Horseman. He then made his debut as part of Mickey's Halloween Party at Disneyland in 2016, leading the Frightfully Fun Parade. The best part about his appearance at this parade is that we can also see Ichabod Crane walking around before the Horseman. A statue of the Horseman has also become a central feature of Disney California Adventure's Halloween festivities on Buena Vista Street. He was also a part of a special event at Walt Disney World. Return to Sleepy Hollow was a special event that included group viewings of the 1949 film The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. Inside the Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground, historic Tri-Circle D Ranch stables. After that, guests could experience an up-close and personal encounter with none other than the Headless Horseman himself. During the event, you can also find Mickey and Minnie using their Halloween costumes at Paradise Park, Goofy, Donald, Chip, and Dale wearing pirate costumes next to Grizzly Falls, Lightning McQueen, Mater, and Cruz Ramirez wearing Halloween costumes in Cars Land. You can also meet Ian and Barley from Onward and Jessie and Bullseye in the Pixar Pals area near the Poultry Palace. Have you been or are you going to Oogie Boogie Bash this year? Who is your favorite character? Let us know in the comments. You're still in time to book your trip for the Halloween season with our friends at PixieVacations.com, who can help you plan your perfect vacation to Disneyland, Disney World, or a Disney cruise, specifically tailored to your vacation style and budget. And working with a Pixie is completely free. So talk with them to make the best out of your Disney vacation.